we on? Are we on? Good morning. Happy Sunday morning. Yes, indeed. We are so thankful for such a beautiful morning here in Cochise County. And it is Sunday morning, and I love bacon, so praise the Lord. What? This is Barbara.
Hi.
She's had enough already.
I'm going home.
I'm going home. Yeah, I just happen to be right there. At least this time she won't be running.
Exactly.
No, seriously,
The
everyone.
other day,
Yeah. Oh my God. So I'm Reed Booth, Killer Bee Guy. Welcome back to the Hive, live from the Hive. That's right. We have a big incident here. What was it? A couple days ago that you guys?
Days ago, yeah.
You guys got attacked, and of course we're going to take you guys over and show you the culprit. It's a POS trailer, which stands for pretty old something. Okay, it's a piece of shit. Anyway,
That's right.
yeah,
It is. It's awful.
it's awfuler now.
Yeah.
Since they got it. I am so sorry, but you didn't get stung.
I did not get stung, and I was behind him.
Oh my God, that really? They flew right over you to get him.
Well, they didn't fly over me. They flew around me.
And you said you were standing there with your hat
With my
doing the old-
hat, batting at them.
Oh my God, it is such a nightmare. And then your son got stung like a bunch of times, right?
Two.
Oh,
one
two.
under his eye
Uh-huh.
and one on his back.
Actually, anything more than none is a bunch when it comes to
Yes.
that. Yeah, they're very lucky they didn't get any more because this hive lit up, and we aren't quite sure where they're. You think that they're in an old septic, maybe?
They're in a holding tank on this side of the
You know,
trailer.
it's a gray water or black water? Because you're gonna taste like shit. Anyway.
I don't know what it is. I don't want to get close.
And she
enough
doesn't
to
care
find
either,
out.
actually. She doesn't care. I don't know what we're gonna do. It's huge. They're in a holding tank. I don't like to use that, honey. Ew.
Ew.
Yeah, ew. I don't think so. Maybe I
I
can
don't
charge
think so.
more. That's the other channel. We're not going there.
Well, it is antibacterial and antimicrobial.
You know,
and
okay, technically.
sterile.
Yes, technically, a beehive, no matter what its surroundings are, is the most fastidious. Bees are the most fastidious critters on the planet. A beehive, even if it is hanging in an old cesspool or in an old septic like that, technically you can eat the honey.
What if it's hanging in a vat of COVID-19?
Oh my God! Well, those bees would probably be about that big, and hell on windshields.
Yeah.
Hell on windshields. Good luck with that. You know, you thought the murder hornets were bad. You got the COVID bees now. They're always in a vat of hell. That's for sure. Yeah, they live.
Self-induced.
Yeah, self-induced. You know, honey is antibacterial, and the whole reason is it's hydroscopic. All right, so it has such low water content, about 17%, that when a bacteria cell gets near it, it acts like a sponge, breaks the wall of the bacterial, and actually destroys it, sucks it dry. That's why it's antibacterial, and so you can put it on an open wound, and it won't get infected from outside sources because nothing can live in it. Awesome, huh? I'm just a font of semi-useful info.
Fund of useless knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, that, what she said. Anyway, so Barbara is from here,
Yes.
from Cochise County, born in Bisbee,
That's right.
actually. Now, we're outside of Bisbee. We're actually, and what is it? Not
Whetstone.
It is Whetstone, technically, yeah. Okay, we're in Whetstone, and that's technically where Kartchner Caverns is, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kartchner Caverns, look it up, do it now, it's awesome. A living cave, actual living cave. But Barbara is an artist
That's right.
and has her artwork, her paintings across the street from our store in Bisbee.
Nice.
You know, did you guys see that video? We just did that Arizona Highways film shoot. We just did one like day before yesterday.
Oh yeah.
A little more to the left. Actually, we're going to be featured in November, like 2 or 3 pages.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Well, I am.
All him.
What happened?
It's
to you?
always all him.
It's always on.
You're much more colorful.
See him when he gets stung, he's black and blue. It's awfully colorful. No, they're not featuring the bee removal. They're featuring the honey.
Oh.
They're featuring the honey. the honey. And now a word from our sponsor.
Do it to it.
If you'd like to get some honey, go to killerbeeguy.com.
Killerbeeguy.com.
Do it right now. Do
Do
it
it
in front of
now.
me. So when we pulled up, I told Barbara, I forgot your birthday, Barbara. I've never met her before. And I've been feeling guilty about it, so I got to give you some honey. And she looked at me and said, my birthday's in 2 days. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. So
There you
here.
Thank you.
So we like to do happy bee day to you. Happy.
Okay.
Okay, she's gonna.
That's done.
Yeah. Okay. The bees chased her in the first time.
You're chasing me
I'm
now.
chasing her in now. Actually, we're gonna chase her in now. So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
If you hear what sounds like a little girl screaming,
Mm.
it's
Aw.
actually both of us. Whatever. It's actually your son. So okay, well we're gonna chase Barbara in. We're gonna go over. I'm gonna drive the truck over, and here we go, guys.
Yeah.
This God only knows what we're up against. We
Well,
really
good
don't know.
luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You know what I've
Thank
always
you.
said? If I need luck in this business, I'm screwed. All right, very good. And then I will come and, but go and get on YouTube and check it out.
Okay.
Yep, Killer Bee Guy.
All right.
All right, guys.
Let me grab some gloves here real
Yeah,
quick.
let's grab some gloves. We gotta finish.
I know we've got to really find this thing, right?
We have to find it.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Find
We
the
aren't
front
even sure
door.
exactly where. I mean, we know that they're in. I'll take you guys for a little. Let's go for a little walk, Killer Bee Nation. I hope that everybody is on. Yeah, this is literally a POS. Look at this, you guys. Yep, there it is, POS. And I don't know where they are, but I'm going to do a quick look and then hand this back to Hosh. Oh my God. Okay, another nightmare here, you guys, in the works. Uh-oh, what do you got? Uh-oh, what do you got? Oh my God, look what he ran into with this truck. You know,
I'm sure the bees
there
helped.
aren't many in the mountains around here.
And I'm sure the bees helped.
Oh, of course. Well, it looks,
I mean, you can
his
tell-
nose looks
you can tell
swollen.
how discolored he is.
Yeah, disc on his nose is swollen.
Ah, it's hard.
Oh, it's a moose. I guess all their noses are swollen.
It's a moose
Good eye.
subject.
It's a what?
It's a moose subject.
Oh God! Here, take the camera. Crying out loud. Well, we have stuff strewn around. That's always a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Now they said they're coming and going out of a holding tank.
She said she thought it was right under this big window.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't see any activity yet. Don't mean shit. Wait. Well.
Well, I see bees. Oh,
What? Oh, back there. Oh my!
see
There
it?
it is.
you see it?
Yeah, right back there.
Yeah.
The white.
Yes.
Okay, we're not getting any closer yet, guys.
No.
We don't know what we're gonna do with this, but we're gonna go inside, outside, around about. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Front door.
I'd like some honey-coated fries with that burger, and I love this little food trailer. This is just awesome. They got everything honey. They got honey on tap. Oh boy, here we go. Shit. I'm gonna pull the.
Now we'll get closer in a few minutes.
Yeah, we'll get closer.
We got to put our hoods
We gotta
on
put our
and
hoods on. I'll pull the.
birthing
I'll
gloves.
pull the fire truck around.
Right on.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
All right, guys, Killer Bee Nation, we found them. And I'm not sure which approach we're going to take with them because we have neighbors there, neighbors there, neighbors there. They've already proven to be aggressive. My new favorite 3 words. Remember my favorite 3 words before were mitigate the threat? Okay. My new favorite 3 words are deadly invasive species.
Deadly invasive species.
Deadly invasive species.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's killer bees. Now, without Africanization, honeybees, European honeybees, were simply invasive species.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You know, kind of like ho-hum, right?
Right.
We got a lot of that. No, now with Africanization, we have deadly invasive species. Okay, there'll be a test later.
And they are deadly. They've killed about 1,000 people since they hit the U.S. in the early 90s. By 1998, 100% of the feral, unmanaged honeybee hives in the state of Arizona were deemed to be Africanized. What that means for our purposes is we don't ask questions. We don't try to see, hey, are they European? No, they're all Africanized. So we kill them all and let God sort them out. They kill livestock, they kill pets, and very important, they're an existential threat to our native pollinators. Native pollinators are pollinators that evolved alongside our native plants, none of which are honeybees, ever. Honeybees are invasive to the Western Hemisphere. Now, with Africanization, we've got insult to injury. Honeybees are really problematic. The way that honeybees pollinate native species, they basically make them weaker plants. This has been proved in under laboratory conditions. There's research on this. You can look it up. Honeybees are not good pollinators for our native plants. But these are Africanized honeybees, meaning not only are they shitty pollinators, but they're also deadly.
I found a really rare thing out here in the desert just now, and that's why I parked where I did. It's called shade.
There you go.
Yeah, so it'll be gone in a minute anyway. All right, I'm gonna get my net on and let Hosh get his net on. Well, we know where they are, right, guys? All right. Damn. You know what, guys? I'm gonna sit you down so we can get our big blues on. Welcome to the Hive, everyone. Live from the Hive. I'm Reed Booth, Killer Bee Guy. We got Hosh in the action, in the suit, and we have a nasty hive. They've already attacked. Everybody gotta get over their thing about honeybees, because honeybees are invasive species, and that was all fine and dandy. But now, deadly invasive species. Okay, deadly invasive species. That's what Africanized bees are, and such denial out there. We catch such flack from beekeepers primarily, who are so enamored with perpetuating and propagating and supporting invasive species. It's shocking to me. And of course, the delusion that everybody needs a beehive in their backyard or we're all going to die. That's bullshit. The big boys who take bees around for pollination for big agriculture, yeah, that's necessary, absolutely. But no, you have a beehive in your backyard, a honey beehive, you have an invasive species in your backyard competing with the native pollinators in your area. And within 2-mile radius with European bees, 3 miles if they're Africanized. And of course, the chances of them being Africanized anywhere in the U.S. and Alberta at this point are going up every single day.
Oh yeah, honeybee Africanization is on the rise all over the U.S.
All over the U.S., on the rise, and it's not going to go back down.
And just because you say it isn't happening, or you're in denial about it, or you're saying, oh, that's a thing from the 90s,
doesn't mean shit.
Doesn't mean anything. They're coming.
You know what? Then I have to agree with you, though, that the main thing that I really hate about these Africanized bees is they don't care about my feelings.
No. They don't care about your feelings.
But they care about everyone else.
They don't care about the native pollinators' feelings.
No, that's right. They don't even care about each other's feelings. They kill each other. They're so weird. From different hives.
From different hives. They kill each other. They don't work together. They're all a bunch of tribal assholes. So I invite you all to let go of racial division, of political division, of religious division, anything like that, and unite under one common goal, one common enemy we all have: killer bees.
Yeah, actually, you don't even have to be alive to have killer bees as an enemy. I've seen them killing tires. It's just horrible. All right. Whoa. Well, you know what happened here? This is so weird. Look at this. The white that we saw is this closed.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And yeah, this smells like shit already. Oh man, can you pull that lever out?
I thought you were gonna ask me to pull your finger.
You are fucking funny. Guess what I gotta get? Flashlight.
Right.
Hold on, everybody. I don't know what.
You want me to run for it?
Actually, could you look under?
Yeah.
And see if you can see a tank?
Yeah, you bet.
Or is it picking up under the? I don't know. If this has the Arctic package, then it's under.
Okay. Hey, Ed Joe V. How you doing, man? Now, this hasn't been used in a long time, so we're not too worried about it. Well, they seem like they're going to be spicy, and they've all been spicy recently. Boy. There it is. Oh, boy. Well, Reed, this tank is not exposed. It's in the metal. You know what I'm saying there?
So it's up under the.
Yeah, it's closed in.
Okay, let me see here. All right, guys. So this might be a straight-on
Well,
mitigate.
they're stinging the phone.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, no, that's totally enclosed.
Yeah.
Well, there's no accessing that shit. What was that? No, these bees had already attacked everyone, and not everyone, but enough. All right, let's take a look in there. Oh, look at all that propolis. Can you see? Can you get the cameras up in there?
Yeah. Where?
There is so much propolis in there.
Oh wow.
Can you see that, everybody?
Holy cow.
Can you? Is the light good?
Yeah.
Lights, camera, action. Look at all that propolis up in there. That thing has got to be full. This reminds me of that job we did down in Nicksville, Hereford, and what do we call it? Camping with Killers.
Yeah.
And we cut the whole bottom of that thing out.
I remember.
Just because we could. Does not look like that's the situation here.
Do we want to go down through the floor from up above?
Oh, let's go in and look. I don't know if it's easy access.
Yeah.
Let's go and take a look. So these bees already attacked and stung a guy and chased Barbara off. We just met Barbara. And so, that's the problem with these Africanized bees. And people always are saying, oh, they're nice, they aren't Africanized. It has nothing to do with it, everybody.
That's called Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, what an adorable little fixer-upper. Aw, just a little water damage.
Straight down.
There ain't no way.
No.
No, we've done this before. I have one inside.
Do you?
I swear I had just had one inside.
Oh, God.
And I was about to start screaming like a you-know-what.
Yes. I do know what.
Yeah, you do.
A little girl.
Yeah, screaming like a demon. Wow, well, okay. Now, you remember that job that we did in Douglas, where those bees have been attacking for
Oh, yeah, and that fifth wheel.
3 hours in that fifth wheel, and they were on, you know where they were on that one, Hosh? They were in that little cabinet right by the bed, remember?
Right, I remember. Boy, that was brutal.
Yeah, that was brutal. All right, so this is looking like very straightforward. And also, guys, they're in an old septic tank, and you know what? We're not going to be cutting it up. This is going to be a new conceal. We're going to make this safe. But I want to tell everyone, because we put up a vid on all the platforms that Hosh made, a little compilation. You know that one where it shows the first thing is that pizza oven, and then we open it up and they go nuts? That's at 1 million views on Facebook. Thank you so much, even the detractors, because it wasn't for you. Anyway, thank you so much. But I do want to tell everyone that we don't use smoke. These bees, these Africanized bees, just don't care about smoke. European bees, yeah, I used to use it every single day. But these guys just don't care. We try to expedite our getting in and getting it done. Now, if we can, if we're in the middle of nowhere and we can show everyone how aggressive they are, and that this is not a DIY channel, then we'll let them get lit up a little bit. But you've seen this 1,000 times where it's like, nope, got to get in and get her done, which is what we're going to do here, all right?
We're going to get her did?
We're going to get her did done, doodle-dee, derg. They're going to go on gets what's going to happen.
You want to use a residual?
Yeah, we should throw, I mean, what we'll do is take a long,
we can stuff.
we're going to poke that new van down,
yeah.
I mean the propolis down, so that
put a new van
shove a new van in there,
yeah.
And that way, and also, of course, we'll use we'll both use Fendona and Tri-Dye, because we need both the contact and the residual.
Okay.
So that when they tear this thing apart, we
yeah.
don't have to think about it.
I'll get the doctor's kit.
All right, so we need, oh yeah, okay, get the doctor's kit. Hang on this, guys, we're going to take care of this.
Thanks for being with us, everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much. We used to use soap and water, but oh man, I had so many people complain about the mess that I don't use it anymore. It's just, it was too much, way too. People complaining, and I'm not talking about just a mess on the sidewalk. I'm talking about drywall falling inside your bedroom, because during an emergency like that, like a fire department, they don't even like spraying up in. They won't come and treat your bees, that's for sure, because they were getting complaints about the mess also. So we don't use soapy water anymore. It does work, but who cares? No smoke, no fire. Okay, everyone, I know we're going to get 1 million people going, well, I just burned the thing down. I wish. Okay, everyone's heard of wildfires, right? That's all that's in the news.
It's a huge problem out here in Arizona.
It's burning Louisiana right now.
Right.
It burnt Maui, for crying out loud. I mean, what? No, we live in the desert. We have wildfires all the time. We are not going to burn a damn thing. We're not going to take a torch to them. We're not even going to have a barbecue, literally. And in certain times of the year, you get caught outside of your vehicle with a lit cigarette, you get a hefty fine, literally. So just let that one go, everybody. Just kind of just let it go. Next time you have a thought, just let it go. So, okay, we're going to need a long, do we have a long pry bar in back? Because I want to poke that propolis down.
Yep.
So that when we shove the new van in there, we can get it in as far as we can.
Yep.
And, because otherwise they've got that sealed up pretty good, as everyone saw. All right, very good. And the bee was not inside my net, so. Because I was about to go, you know how I do. You know how I do. So we're going to nuke and seal it. We're going to make it safe so they can get back to work and do what they need to do. But you never know what we're getting into. We didn't know until we got here, of course. But we sure do love having you guys along. Thank you so much for coming. I hope that everybody is on. Is Facebook still working? Probably.
Yeah.
Think so? I mean, are we on?
No, we're on TikTok and YouTube.
Okay, TikTok and YouTube. All right, very good. Let's see, what else is going on? Not much.
I'm gonna get some steel wool.
Steel wool, great idea. Yep, doctor bag. Oh, I gotta grab that flashlight. So we're gonna. These bees have already been aggressive, and they're out here on us already. Of course, you know how that is. So, anyway, this is so much fun, you guys. Thank you so much for coming with us. We never know what kind of shenanigans we're getting into, and but we're gonna get into them. That's for damn sure. What did I do with that other flashlight? Damn it. Okay, well, we grab what we got. Oh, there he is. He's already over there. All right, guys, let's go see what's going on with this. All right, how does it looking? Now, have you got something long as you do to poke that puppy out? Ah! All right.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to get the flashlight going here. Can everybody see that? Hold on, guys. There we go. Okay, so we got to poke that. We're not worried about these bees coming out right now because we're going to do the... Did you get back in there? Oh, yeah. Okay, here, I want to show everybody. Would you hold this?
Yeah.
Okay, here they come. Now, these guys are in attack mode. All right, let's do Vendona first. Let's do Vendona. So we're going to... Yeah, okay. Okay, go ahead. Just douse that all around there. And then we're going to knock down these few thousand with spray adhesive. Did we bring spray adhesive? Yeah, can we stick that in as far as you can get that straw in? Thank you. Did we bring a spray adhesive?
No.
All right. I'm going to have you hold this while I go get one.
Yeah.
That's probably good. There we go. Okay, well, would you? Yeah, go ahead and shove that in. I'll shove that in there.
Okay.
Oh, boy, here we go again, guys. Now, yeah, the reason we let them light up a little bit like this is I really want to stress to people this is not a DIY channel. Do not do this shit at home. If these guys light up like this, I've never, in my 30 plus years of doing this, people are saying, why didn't you do it like this? Why didn't you do it like that? In my 30 plus years of doing this, I have never had a person stung after I've gotten there. Got that? All right, so there. You got the tri-dye? I think that we should put the residual in.
Did you dump that in?
Yeah, we'll take a look with the flashlight. Now this is tri-dye, it's a pyrethrin, it's a residual. All right, and then he's going to be spraying with the...
I'm just knocking them down.
Knocking them down, all right. Knocking them down all over town. Okay, and you see, can you guys see that strip in there? There we go, that blue thing, that's the strip in there.
Whenever you're ready for the...
Can you actually hold the camera so I can shove that blue thing back in there more?
Yeah.
All right, because all you're doing is hitting the blue thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I gotta shove that a little bit more. A bunch of dead bees blocking the... Oh, there we go. It went right into it. Went right to the shitter. All right, that's really good, actually.
Well, Tara, you're a little mistaken there. These are Africanized honeybees. They are not wasps.
No, they're not wasps.
They
no.
are Africanized honeybees.
Thank you for asking,
They were
though.
created in a Brazilian laboratory, and it's a deadly invasive species.
Yeah, every week, just in this county in the summer, they kill a dog, a horse, or a goat.
I'd encourage you to research it and enjoy learning about Africanized honeybees and their deleterious impact.
Because they're coming to a neighborhood near you.
They are coming to a neighborhood near you, And we don't really care about honeybees, to be honest.
No, they're invasive species. If people are pro-invasive species, which I really don't understand, now that never used to be much of an issue when it was just European bees, and I was the biggest bee hugger in the world. Let's see what we're doing here, guys. All right, so I've got a layer. Everybody see that? I got a layer of expanding foam.
Oh, beautiful.
And then I got that, and so I'm going to do another one. And we're going to make a sandwich. We're going to make this totally impenetrable, and so the bees inside will die, etc. So when honeybees were just honeybees, when they were just European honeybees, they were brought here by colonists. There were no honeybees before colonists got here. There are records on ship logs and letters from the early 1600s of colonists writing back home saying, "Send my honeybees, there aren't any here." Yeah, interesting. So now people kept bees forever, and well, actually there were no honeybees in the state of Arizona before 1872, and that's European. Totally invasive species. So then comes Africanized. Oh boy, what's going on here? Well, that changed how we perceive invasive species as far as honeybees go, because all of a sudden now they're threatening us, not just native pollinators. I have to admit, I don't even think people perceived that honeybees were threatening native pollinators before that, because they weren't threatening us.
Yeah, I don't think they had a real concept.
Are we myopic or what?
Yeah.
If it ain't fucking with us, we don't care.
Right.
And so.
And it's still that way. The truth is, if termites shat
It is
Tootsie
true.
Rolls, the
Yeah,
way that
right.
honeybees make honey, no one, everybody
love
would
'em.
love termites.
I'd have a bunch of them in the backyard.
So you got to be bigger than your
I'm
sweet
going
tooth.
with M&M's on that one, actually.
Yeah.
So, all right, so Africanization really brought it to the forefront that, oh, wow, we have a deadly species here. Remember my new favorite 3 words, deadly invasive species?
Yeah.
All right, so these guys are deadly not only to us, but we've watched them kill baby owls. We've watched them kill horses. A 1,000-pound hog, I watched these got one hive kill. But it turns out that these guys are so competitive on flowers and in our native environment with our native plants that they will kill native pollinators. Africanized bees in particular will kill native pollinators on flowers to steal the nectar. They'll drive them away, deprive them of nectar. So a lot of our native pollinators are from here. You know that native means native. Are going to or near extinction because of Africanized bees. Period. So deadly invasive species. Now those 3 words put together equals Africanized honeybees.
Now, they did just kill somebody's grandmother down in Guyana,
That's correct.
South America.
South America, there
She
were
was on a,
25 people stung or something.
well, I think it was 34 people
34.
stung.
It was a tourist
and
bus.
an
that got into
elderly
it.
woman. She was 78 years old, and they stung her to death.
Yeah, Lee sent us that one, I think. Yeah.
So
yeah.
they're horrible, and they kill
No, they're
people.
hor- And this it used to be, and I used to think this, that they couldn't live where it was cold. Well, if they couldn't before, they can now, because they're there. They're in all the lower 48 states. It may not be the saturation level, and just because you haven't heard of it doesn't mean they're not there. It doesn't mean shit.
Right,
you
and
know?
last weekend, I believe they killed a man in Hidalgo, Texas.
That's correct. A 71-year-old guy. Yeah, got
Horrible.
killed just last week.
Somebody's father, somebody's brother, somebody's son.
That's right. Somebody's friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are every single day, just in Cochise County, which is very rural. It's the Wild West. Every single day in this county in the summer, people get stung by these things. No, it doesn't get reported anymore, and if they don't have to go to the hospital, they don't. But just last August in this county, a year ago last August, they sent 26 people to the hospital. So they're everywhere. The average number of killer beehive removals in Tucson city limits every year, 10,000. Yeah, it's amazing. But of course, if it's not happening directly to us, then we think it doesn't happen anywhere else. That's extremely myopic and arrogant, but that's human. So they are going north. They are in all the lower 48 states now. We're getting reports from all over the country. I got a report from upstate New York from a person, not a beekeeper, but a person that said that there have been multiple attacks in that area of upstate New York where they are of Africanized bees, which of course they're in all the lower 48. They adapt. Wherever, Hosh put it really the best a while back, wherever European bees can survive, these guys can thrive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So back to those 3 words, deadly invasive species. Africanized bees are just that. Anyone who defends them, I don't understand.
In the U.S.
In the U.S.
Or South
they're
America.
invasive to the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah.
They do not belong here. People lived in the Western Hemisphere for eons without honeybees. Big agriculture does need them. Backyard beekeepers, no, please stop, because you are hurting your native environment. Honeybees are invasive, even European, and they compete with native pollinators. So if you want, beekeepers hate us, absolutely hate us. And it's too bad, because I used to be one. I used to be a beekeeper, and I was the biggest bee hugger in the world, but I guess I'm a scientist at heart, because given facts and actual tools to work with that are new, then I will adapt to that, and I'll go, oh, okay, well then that's how that works. You see, science and life, especially science, is not a period, it's a comma. Okay? So now, and before Africanization, if Africanized bees weren't here, I'd probably still be keeping bees and still be under the delusion of honeybees are great for everything. Well, they're not. And Africanized bees brought it to the forefront that they are super competitive and horrible for our native environments. They don't even pollinate well. They're Vikings. They come in and rape and pillage, and they're absolutely horrible.
Yeah, they're little colonists.
Yeah. That's awesome, actually. They are. They're actually, yeah. And they're actually one of the ultimate expressions of colonization, where, we come here to the Western Hemisphere and we think we're all so high and mighty, and we bring all of our good shit, and we think we're doing the Lord's work or doing some damn thing. And all we're doing is patting ourselves on the back and destroying native environment wherever we go. That's what's happening now with Africanized bees. So we're not only getting people and animals stung and killed, we're destroying native environment, which I actually think is more important, because that's more all-encompassing to all humans. Native pollinators and native environment. How are we looking over here? This is Sunday morning, damn it. Glory, hallelujah. Shit.
We can probably close this.
Oh yeah, there you go. Close the door and glory, hallelujah.
Seal
There
it
you
in.
go.
There they go.
Now all these bees that are flying around, of course we're going to knock down a bunch of them, as you well know. They're still pissy, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Like a lot.
Yeah, somebody said they don't look that aggressive, but the truth is this is probably a category 4, and it would have been a 5 if we hadn't
Oh
put
yeah,
the
well,
kibosh
and
on
remember that they already almost killed the guy, so that's kind of silly.
them. Right.
And another fooler. They are kind of a fooler because they look the same. You can't tell by looking. Okay, we got that out of the way. And also, you cannot tell by how they're behaving at this exact moment whether they're Africanized or not. That is a real problem and a real fooler. Really hard for people to get their heads around. And anybody, if you guys are out there listening and listening to me talk about this, and you are defending an invasive, deadly invasive species, I don't understand. Please explain why you're defending a deadly invasive species. I really don't understand. We do not need honeybees to live. We need them for the variety that we have of food on the shelf at the store, yes, but we don't need them. People lived in the Western Hemisphere forever without honeybees until there were no honeybees in the state of Arizona before 1872. There were no honeybees. They made it into California first, before Arizona. You know why? The gold rush.
They are deadly, Chad, Roe. They are deadly. I said it earlier, and maybe you weren't with us yet. They've killed 1,000 people just since they hit the U.S. They kill people all the time. They killed a woman a couple days ago in
Guyana,
Guyana,
in Hidalgo, Texas.
and they just killed. I mean, they're killing people every week. So you're just not paying attention. No, it's not lies. These are Africanized honeybees. Do your research.
Yeah, these are Africanized honeybees. Now, how do I know that? In the early 90s, when they first started coming across the border, that's why I call them bee illegals. I'll give that a second to set in.
They are killing people. They kill people all the time.
Yeah. So, they kill animals every week in this county. They kill a dog, a horse, or a goat every week in this county. All right. So, in the early 90s, when they first started coming in, the Department of Ag up in Tucson had all of us send samples. All the beekeepers and everything. Everybody had bees, including me. And we sent samples of all the swarms and everything we got, because they wanted to find out what the invasion was like, what's going on. They knew these Africanized bees were coming. The only way to tell accurately is genetic testing. The wing measurement thing doesn't work anymore because there are too many different sizes of wings within the European strains. There's Germans, Cornolians, Russians, Italians. There's so many different strains. So that's out. It's genetic testing. So we sent hundreds and thousands of samples up there for 5 years. In 1998, they called up everyone and said, don't send any more. all of the feral hives are genetically Africanized. So yes, they are Africanized, and that's a really good point and a really good question that people have to understand, is that just because they're not aggressive right now does not mean they're not Africanized. Also, they're still an invasive species. How can you get around that? Are you defending invasive species? Please?
I'm not.
I know you're not.
I'm
but
not
I'm talking to the
defending-
camera.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
talking to you.
Sorry.
I'm yelling at host.
Sorry.
Ah, damn it! What
I
the
take
hell?
it all so personally, Reed.
He takes well, he takes the bee stings personally. That's for
Yeah,
damn
I do.
sure.
I
No.
do.
Anyway, anyone that's defending invasive species, explain yourself to the guy in the mirror, because I don't care. I really don't give a shit.
Right.
You know, I really don't. I'm just trying to educate everybody about these damn things before more people get hurt. I know it's not going to do any good. People are still dumbasses and going to get hurt. Oh well, that's life. But it is Sunday morning, and I felt like putting on the robe and preaching a little bit. Blah 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 blah.
Thank you.
Glory, hallelujah, praise the
Yes,
Lord. I love
European honeybees are also invasive. It's just that they
Yeah.
don't get much attention because they're not deadly.
because they're nice
They're nice.
and they give us honey.
They're actually just kind of weak and sickly.
Yeah, they are. That's why
It's
that's
not
why
that they're
these guys
nice.
were made.
They're just
Yeah,
they're
that's
just
right.
flaccid.
Yep. That's the other channel. So that's why Africanized bees were created by man, was because European bees are sickly and don't produce much honey. And so they thought, because the African bee, the pure strain, was known to be an excellent producer and be super disease resistant. So they thought, well, let's cross the two, let's cross a Chihuahua with a Great Dane and end up with a giraffe or some damn thing. Well, they got what they wanted. They definitely got a high producing disease resistant honeybee, these guys, that look the same.
Yeah.
Look the same, but their tendency to be super aggressive is off the charts. So that's the problem with it. Killer bees are honeybees. They make up to twice as much honey. The old thing of they don't make honey, that's bullshit, of course. They don't care about smoke. It's all about pheromone, actually, with them. Once the attack pheromone goes through the hive, they don't care if it's smoke or fire. I've seen them fly through fire. Cold, they'll attack at 25 degrees. So it's all about the attack pheromone. That's all it is. And once that's in the air, they don't care what else is going on. Nuclear bomb could go off, and if any survive, they're going to keep coming because they all turn into white blood cells. So it's all about the pheromones, and that's why we don't use smoke. They don't give a shit. Vacuum, with this situation, it would have sucked up a few. But the problem with it is, in a little hole like that, they stop coming out. Because they know the suction is coming out. They've already lost up 500 of their kind, and they're gonna hunker down and wait for the hurricane to stop. I've seen it. That's why we don't have a vacuum here right now. And of course, a vacuum here right now, hosing in the air like this, no, that ain't gonna happen. That's just stupid. Because they avoid the suction. They actually avoid the suction.
Reed, why do they call it Africanized?
Oh, that's a really good question, actually. Instead of like Europeanized or whatever. All right, when they brought the African strain, there's two reasons primarily. The European strain was already here, had been here for a while since the colonists brought them from Europe. They're an invasive species. They had already been in the Western Hemisphere. European honeybees had been here. The European honeybees were the ones that were sickly and didn't make much honey. So they wanted to make them tougher. So they brought in an outside strain, okay, African. Not Africanized yet, African. So they brought in this outside strain for crossbreeding. So it's an outside strain that was brought in to breed. They didn't take European bees to Africa, or they might be called Europeanized. Okay, that's reason number one. The second reason is genetic testing has shown that even though they're crossbred, the dominant gene in Africanized bees is still 96 to 98% African. Get it? So they are, almost all the genes are African, but there's that little bit of European genes that somehow threw a wrench in the works, and they got a disease-resistant, super productive, mean as hell, a honeybee. They didn't know it was going to be mean as hell, but they are. So that's why they're called Africanized. So I hope that explained that for you guys. The two reasons.
Thank you. And, there's this idea that, they're not invasive because they're not bad for the environment.
Well, boy, isn't that something? Actually, even European honeybees are bad for the environment. The only reason we didn't pay any attention to it was because they don't fuck with us. They don't try to attack us. We're so myopic and arrogant in our ways of thinking that we don't see through native pollinators' eyes. So native pollinators had all of these European invaders, European honeybees, all of a sudden competing with them on their plants that they evolved with for tens of thousands of years or hundreds of thousands of years. So all of a sudden we have these Vikings coming in and competing with us. Now, all of a sudden we have Africanized. So this is why now it's important, because it's important to us. Okay, humans are horribly myopic and arrogant. And so now, because they're deadly to us and our animals, now all of a sudden after a little research, it's like, well, not just animals and not just our livestock and pets, but us and wildlife. Oh, and native pollinators. Well, there's the trifecta from hell, right?
Yeah.
So deadly, invasive species. That's what these guys are. How they're behaving at this exact moment doesn't mean shit. They're still genetically Africanized. And if you want to play Russian roulette, go do it in your basement, because that's, do it in the tub or something. Anyway, don't do it at all. All right, but it is playing Russian roulette with these guys. And who cares? They're invasive species.
So what are native pollinators?
Oh, this is a really good thing to Google for anyone. Please do, because just in the northern Sonora Desert region here, we have over 1,000 different native pollinators, almost all solitary bees. So when these guys gang up on a flower to get the nectar, there's only one solitary native pollinator. No competition for these bastards, and these guys will drive them off to starve them out or kill them. So it involves everything from bumblebees and a lot of wasps and hornets, even certain butterflies, even Mexican long-nosed bats that pollinate the agaves. These damn things will actually take the nectar from the agave plant, so there's little or none left for the bats.
Wow.
So why is anyone defending these? I don't know. It makes no sense.
Interestingly enough,
Yeah.
one of the greatest pollinators ever
Yeah.
is wind.
Wind. Well, there are different types of pollen. Okay, there's wind pollination. That's dry pollination. That's the ones that affect your breathing and whatnot. And then there's damp pollen, and that is what bees and native pollinators pollinate. Wind pollination are two separate things on two separate kinds of plants.
Right. And all of our grains, which primarily humans eat grain.
Agreed,
That's
yeah.
our number one
That's
food.
our number one.
Bread
Rye,
bread is
bread.
regardless of the
None of that
gluten-free
needs these. None of it.
campaign, bread is still the staff of life.
All of our grain. There's not one grain that needs honeybees for pollination. Not one.
Yeah.
So it's really fascinating stuff. But, well, we're going to wrap it up and knock some of these guys down. Thank you so much for coming along for the Sunday sermon. I didn't realize I was going to go on, but, we catch so much flack from people who are defending invasive species, and it's really getting tiring, because do a little bit of research. Google invasive species. Africanized honeybees are the buffalo grass of the insect world. They're horrible. And beekeepers are unfortunately perpetuating the problem. Now, dealing with scientists, they're much easier for me to deal with, because they're scientists, and they are used to things changing. They're used to being presented with new information and new facts that they can go, oh wow, that's amazing. Well, then let's take this avenue and look over here and see what's going on. Instead of beekeepers, small beekeepers especially, who are just like it's a damned religion, and they are pro-invasive species. They're not. They're adamant about it, and boy, do they hate us. Well, I don't really give a shit, of course, but I can't. I'm just telling you the truth. Honeybees are invasive to the Western Hemisphere. Africanized bees, deadly invasive species. I don't really need to say anymore. I'm defending nature. I'm defending our native pollinators.
Thank you.
Because apparently Hosh and I are the only ones.
Well, I know that there's lots of exterminators that are out there, thankfully, killing invasive
they don't give
species.
A shit. They're smart, because
They just don't talk about it.
Right, they don't, because they're going to get flack. Right?
Right.
And there are a lot of people like us actually out there that know these guys are invasive and get rid of them, but they do it on the down low. We are trying to make everyone understand what they're presented with in nature. So if you're out hiking and you get a bee bouncing off of you, did you see a video that I think Lee sent us, or a bunch of people sent us actually, of the guy with his girlfriend on a railroad trestle track, and a bee's attacked, and he's yelling at her, stand still, and she's running away with a bunch of other people.
Oh yeah, very foolish.
And he ends up cowering until he can't take it anymore. Because the old days of stand still while the angry bee buzzes around, those are over. Oh, you're going to die.
No, you got to run. Cover your head and head for cover.
So that's new information. are you going to stick with the old one and die? Well, have at it. I don't really care. But this new information, these Africanized bees are changing their game every year, mainly getting more aggressive. And so we want to help people to understand what is in their backyard and in your neighbor's backyard. Because we always say, if your neighbor's got bees, you got bees.
And there are no native honeybees in the U.S.
No.
All honeybees
Are invasive.
are invasive to the
There were
Western
no
Hemisphere.
honeybees in the U.S. before the early 1600s, ever. So it's really interesting to study. And now that you guys have some ammo and some new tools to sharpen, please Google it. Please look at it. Do some research. Find out, because arguing with us ain't going to do no good. You know,
Yes.
it just ain't. It's just the way it is. Honeybees are invasive of the Western Hemisphere. Africanized honeybees are absolutely horrible. They're a deadly invasive species. Blah, 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 blah. Turn to page, blah, blah, in the hymnal.
And we're never going to stop fighting the killer bees.
No, because they ain't going away.
We care too much about
that-
our
is that
native
it? Oh.
pollinators
Hey, what about
and
them-
about the people that
What
these
about-
evil bees are killing and destroying their lives.
We got to make a living, too.
And the dogs.
And they've been living. They hurt my... they really love my assets. Anyway, all right, you guys, we're gonna wrap it up. If you want to get some honey, of course, go to killerbeeguy.com. Thank you so much. And on YouTube, everybody that has become a member, oh my God, thank you. It helps with our day-to-day shit. Don, is Don on?
Yeah, he is.
Hey Don, how you doing, buddy? Good Lord. So Don survived the onslaught, survived the war, and he's got stories to tell until hell freezes over. Yeah, and they are as bad as we say, aren't they, Don? I mean, Don knows he's been here. He smelt the venom. He's been pelted by him. It gets all your cells wound up, that's for sure. Which is probably why Hosh and I do it. It's a total adrenaline thing.
Oh, yeah.
But
Best drug on the
we
planet.
love you guys, even the naysayers. Thank you so much for coming with us, and let's have an adult conversation, okay? None of this yelling from your mother's basement about shit, okay? Just let's have an adult conversation, because I like being right. Anyway, we love you guys. And yeah, we'll see you on the flip side. Go to killerbeeguy.com, get some honey. You want to say something, Hosh?
Yeah,
Get
sure.
you on the spotlight here about something.
Yeah, if you got an old POS fifth wheel that you're trying to move out of your property, and as you're moving it, a cloud of death emerges and begins to chase you and threaten your existence. If you're in Cochise County, give us a call. We'll come over and take care of it. If you're anywhere else in the United States, call an exterminator. Honeybee Africanization is on the rise all over the U.S. You got to get rid of your bees. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Love you guys. See you later. Try to beehive yourself. We're going to buzz off. Okay, I'll stop. No, I won't. You know it. Be sweet. Oh, for God's sake, stop it already. I'm glad no one died down this, huh?
Oh, it's crazy.
Crazy, man. These guys could have... They already